what's happening in the luxury market abroad?
Well, if you're a luxury home buyer, you might want to consider buying a chateau in France. The government there is threatening a 75% tax rate on folks who make a salary over 1.3 million. So the French are putting their homes on the market, and they're moving to more friendly, tax-friendly areas like Belgium. Belgium's happy because they're creating jobs and buying homes. Bad for France, good for Belgium. So, there's some good bargains in France right now.
I don't think people realize when they work with a local realtor how much you do know about what's happening in the world. You really need to know all these things. It helps.
You have to have an overall view of the market.
Right, everywhere and anywhere. So right here in the States, Nicki, luxury homes are now selling briskly. And what do you feel is triggering that renewed interest in luxury homes?
Well, in 2007, 8, and 9, the demand for luxury properties almost came to a halt. Honestly, the wealthy had adopted a wait-and-see attitude. Now, more wealthy households than before are fueling home buying demand. I believe this is most likely a result of lifestyle desires and the belief that residential real estate is a smart investment. Billionaire John Caldwell said that trophy property assets are probably the most resilient and successful investment options at the moment, and will be for the foreseeable future. This statement suggests that an economic turning point is ahead, and properties purchased at today's prices will be viewed in the future as smart buys.
Well, who are these wealthy home buyers?
The majority of them are business owners, self-employed professionals, and top corporate executives. Some are still active in their business, and others are near retirement age and looking for their future home, or they're already retired.
So, what about the mega mansions out there? Is that what these wealthy buyers want today?
Some of them do, but most of these post-recession luxury home buyers are ignoring the supersized McMansions and focusing instead on lifestyle, uniqueness, artisanship, and future profitability. Their lifestyle has shifted from spending on things to spending on experiences, and it's especially great if they can glean a story out of that experience. Oftentimes they don't feel they are rich and that the other guy is richer, but they do feel as though they've worked hard for their money and they have earned and deserved the things that they have.
So when you say spending on experiences, is that more about lifestyle, or what do you mean? Because when someone buys, you are discovering what they want. It's not well, we say location, but you need to find out what these buyers want to experience in their everyday life. Do they like to walk downtown? Do they like to live on the water? Do they want golf?
Yeah, I understand. You have to ask a lot of questions when you're with a buyer. I don't just ask, what kind of house do you want?
Right.
It's more about the lifestyle and the experience. And so I say, how do you like to live? How do you like to live? Yeah, and so in that way, somebody who wants to be involved in the Sarasota activities is certainly not going to want to live in a luxury home on Minnesota Key. It's too far. Right. So I always ask that question.
That's very important, and it takes time. I mean,
it takes a lot of time. I spent I had one buyer who I showed 60 homes to, because they couldn't figure out what they wanted.
60?
And yeah.
They couldn't figure it out?
Well.
Were they local or from another part of the world?
They were from Pennsylvania.
That's another part of the world.
And even though, like they're very involved in cultural things and the opera and all of that, and even though I told them that, like Minnesota Key, for example, was not the place for them, they're like, well, we still want to see it, And so that's okay. I'm happy to do it. It gives me more market knowledge.
Right.
Absolutely. 60 luxury homes, and sometimes it's just part of the process.
Yeah, that's just their personality.
Yeah, and sometimes you get them that they're like, no, we only want to see these 4 homes. We only want to narrow it down. We want your opinion on which homes to see. I send it to them, and then we only want to see those 4 homes.
Yeah, patience is the
So,
key.
Yeah, it is. So-
Well, I think I see you brought some statistics from our local market, so can you share those with us?
Sure. In December, Sarasota County had 189 sales ranging in price from $1 million for a 2,800 square foot home on Longboat Key to a $7.5 million home in Harbor Acres with
Wow.
8,433 square feet. 19
That's a
of
big house.
19 out of these 189 homes were distressed.
They were.
Mhm.
Oh, but only 19.
Only 19, yeah. And just as a comparison, in 2011, we had 161 sales over $1 million, and out of those, 26 were distressed. So we've got fewer distressed and more sales. The number of luxury homes increased by 15%, and the number of distressed sales in this market decreased by about 30%.
Nicki, Remax, you've been with Remax a long time.
Mm-hmm. I have.
From,
I love it.
From the beginning?
Remax is the best.
Yes,
Yeah.
say it again.
Remax is the best.
Okay, so Remax has a reputation of being kind of like a nuts and bolts type of agency, selling mostly to the middle class.
Mhm.
But you do have a luxury division, correct?
Absolutely. We have a great luxury division. Remax offers a very sophisticated high-end marketing system called the Remax Collection. You've probably seen the very distinguished black and silver signs around town.
Yes.
If you have a home that is about $500,000 plus, we can use the Remax Collection program.
Okay, so Remax Collection. So how does that, give us a little more information. What does that
Okay.
program include?
Yeah, okay, first of all, many people don't know that Remax is global. We have 88,946 associates in 6,324 offices in 91 countries.
That's global.
That's global. We have actual brick and mortar in locations all over the world. We have a global website, global.remax.com. That can be converted into just about any language, so that someone from China, for example, who has an interest in property on the site, can click a button and it will be just transcribed into their own language.
Excellent.
The Remax Collection magazine highlights our luxury listings and is distributed to a targeted audience of doctors and lawyers and top-level executives, as well as a targeted mailing list. It's such a beautiful magazine. It's usually left out as a coffee table book, creating even more readership. We market our Remax Collection listings in Unique Homes, the DuPont Registry, and even the Wall Street Journal. There are many ways to market a luxury home. I personally create a single property website for each and every listing. For example, 658craneprairie.com, which has all of the photos and information about that home, including neighborhood information, floor plans, and even seller's disclosures.
That's nice to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's luxury marketing, is what it is.
Marketing, yes.
I know you get a lot of buyers online. Are many of those buyers in the market for luxury homes? Or is that they're
Yeah.
online also?
Yeah, no, they are more so now than they had been in the past 5 years. In the fourth quarter of last year, it's hard to say last year.
I know. Last year.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter, my team wrote 5 contracts over $1 million from our online leads. Several of my buyer's agents are reporting that they're working with high-end luxury leads right now. I'm currently working with a $2 million buyer from New York City, which came to me through my website.
Excellent.
So we've always had a good number of luxury online leads from our site.
That's very good to hear. A lot of people don't believe it, but I think a lot of people do shop online before they contact a realtor or contact even the realtor. They like to do their homework.
I think the statistic is 90% of people begin their search online.
Well, it's so easy. You can Google anything today. That's the thing. What do you want to know?
Exactly.
Just Google it.
Google me, Nicki Conway.